When it comes to professional wrestling, few stories captivate fans as much as the behind-the-scenes drama that unfolds in WWE. The spotlight doesn't only shine on the in-ring action but also on the politics, power struggles, and creative decisions that shape the careers of some of the biggest stars. One of the most fascinating stories involves Bryan Danielson, famously known in WWE as Daniel Bryan, and how listening to Vince McMahon ultimately led to him being fired from the company. This article dives deep into the circumstances, the background, and the fallout of that shocking chapter in Danielson's career. From his meteoric rise as an underdog hero to the controversial moments that sparked his dismissal, this story serves as a reminder of how unpredictable the wrestling business can be. The rise of Bryan Danielson in WWE. Before we get to the controversy, it's important to understand who Bryan Danielson was to the fans. Prior to joining WWE, Danielson had built a reputation as one of the best technical wrestlers in the world. His work in Ring of Honor (ROH) earned him the nickname, the American Dragon, and he became a respected figure across independent wrestling circuits. When WWE signed him, fans were both excited and skeptical. WWE was known for favoring larger-than-life characters, while Danielson was smaller, humble, and more technically focused. However, he quickly proved he could hang with anyone, delivering outstanding matches that showcased his resilience and charisma. By the time he joined the first season of NXT 2010, Daniel Bryan had already become a fan favorite. But WWE management, particularly Vince McMahon, had their own ideas about how to use him. And that's where things started to take a darker turn. The infamous Nexus debut. The turning point in Bryan Danielson's WWE journey came during one of the most shocking debuts in Raw history. On June 7, 2010, WWE fans witnessed the arrival of the Nexus, a group of NXT rookies who invaded Monday Night Raw, destroying everything in their path. This segment was pure chaos, ringside destruction, superstars being attacked, announcer tables overturned, and even WWE personnel being targeted. The idea was to create a hostile, rebellious faction that looked uncontrollable. Vince McMahon reportedly wanted the debut to be as real and intense as possible, telling the rookies to make it look brutal. Bryan Danielson, wanting to follow the boss's orders, went all in. He aggressively attacked John Cena and even targeted Justin Roberts, the ring announcer. The shocking moment came when Danielson grabbed Roberts' tie and choked him with it, a spot that instantly generated controversy. Why the tie choke got him fired? At first glance, fans thought this segment was one of the most exciting things WWE had produced in years. However, behind the scenes, WWE was already dealing with major pressure. Sponsors, particularly Mattel, who had recently partnered with WWE to produce action figures, were uncomfortable with the level of violence shown on TV. The image of Bryan Danielson choking Justin Roberts with his tie was deemed too violent for WWE's PG programming. Even though he was simply following Vince McMahon's directive to make the beatdown look real, Danielson became the scapegoat. Within days, WWE announced that Danielson had been fired. The irony: he had only done exactly what he thought Vince wanted. By listening to McMahon's instructions and trying to add realism to the scene, he ended up losing his job. Fan backlash and outrage. When news broke that Danielson had been released, fans were outraged. Social media exploded with campaigns and hashtags demanding his return. Many pointed out the hypocrisy. WWE wanted realism, but punished the one guy who delivered it most convincingly. The backlash was so intense that even WWE talent quietly showed support. Superstars like John Cena reportedly went to bat for Danielson, emphasizing his value to the company and his ability to connect with fans. This incident actually made Bryan Danielson more popular than ever. The idea of him being punished for doing his job only added to his reputation as an underdog, a theme that would later define his WWE career. Life after being fired. For a few months, Danielson returned to the independent scene. He wrestled in promotions like Dragon Gate USA and Evolve, once again proving that he was one of the best in the world. But fans never stopped chanting his name during WWE shows. The pressure from fans eventually worked. By SummerSlam 2010, Daniel Bryan was brought back to WWE, shockingly returning as part of Team WWE against the Nexus, the very group that led to his firing. The crowd reaction was thunderous, and it was clear that his popularity had only grown stronger during his absence. The long-term impact. While Bryan Danielson's firing was brief, it left a lasting mark on WWE history. In many ways, it shaped the underdog narrative that followed him throughout his career. The fans who rallied for him during that time were the same fans who later pushed for his legendary Yes Movement storyline, which culminated in him winning the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 30. Ironically, what seemed like a career-ending setback ended up becoming one of the best things that ever happened to him. By being unjustly fired for listening to Vince McMahon, Danielson won the hearts of fans worldwide and cemented his status as one of wrestling's most beloved figures. Lessons from the incident. The story of Bryan Danielson's firing offers several lessons about the wrestling business. 1. The risks of following orders. Even when wrestlers follow creative instructions, they can still suffer consequences if the higher-ups change their stance. 2. Corporate influence. Sponsors and business partners often hold more power than talent. Mattel's discomfort with the tie choking incident showed how much influence outside companies have on WWE's creative decisions. 3. Fan power. The WWE Universe's passionate reaction proved that fans have the power to change the company's direction. Without their support, Danielson may never have been rehired. 4. Adversity builds legends. Sometimes, setbacks make stars even bigger. Danielson's firing turned him into a sympathetic figure who fans were determined to support. Bryan Danielson's legacy. Today, Bryan Danielson is celebrated not just for his WWE accomplishments but also for his work in AEW, where he continues to showcase his wrestling genius. Looking back, his firing in 2010 is often remembered as one of the most controversial yet pivotal moments in his career. It highlighted the unpredictability of the wrestling world, where doing the right thing for the show can sometimes cost you your job. Yet it also reinforced the idea that true talent and fan connection will always find a way back to the spotlight.